I'm American citizen, undecided voter, loving husband Ken Bone, welcome to the Bone Zone. AMA. Hello Reddit. I'm just a normal guy, who spends his free time with his hot wife and cat in St. Louis. I didn't see any of this coming, it's been a crazy week. I want to make something good come out of this moment, so I'm donating a portion of the proceeds from my Represent T-shirt campaign to the St. Patrick Center raising money to fight homelessness in St. Louis. I'm an open book doing this AMA at my desk at work and excited to answer America's question. Please support the campaign and the fight on homelessness. Represent.com/bonezoneproof. Link signing off now. Just like my whole experience so far, this has been overwhelmingly positive. Special thanks to my Reddit brethren for sticking up for me when the few negative people attack. Let's just show that we're better than that by not answering hate with hate. Maybe do this again in a few weeks when the ride is over if you have questions about returning to normal. My client will be answering no further questions. New edit. This post is about to be locked, but questions are still coming in. I made a new AMA to keep this going. You can find it here. K-Bone, when you coming through da doggy den for a little chit-chat, I got something special at da crib for you. I'm in LA late next week, maybe we can hook up. Big fan here. My dad wants to roll wit da dog big time, you me and him could do some tight stuff. That didn't sound cool at all, did it? Have you ever said we Ken Bone when your wife asks what you wanna do tonight? Ken Bone does not ask. He commands by his imposing yet cuddly presence. Hi Ken, long-time fan here. Do you have plans to run as an independent in the next presidential election? I don't even go to WA meetings, but if I really thought I could affect positive change, I'd consider it. Is it true that you start every meal by saying bon appetit? If only I were that clever. Bone apple teeth. This is closer to the real me. Hi Ken, are you going to take Snoop Dogg up on his generous offer to hotbox the Bone Zone? My power plant supports a robust drug testing policy, sorry dog. My dad on the other hand is all in. Aw come on, give the dog a bone. Dad, you're back from getting smokes? Ken, if you were president, what steps would your energy policy take to meet our energy needs while at the same time remaining environmentally friendly and minimizing job layoffs? Blah 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 steel. Blah 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 ISIS. Pizza rolls or pizza bagels? ¿Por qué no los dos? You don't fill out a sweater like this by doing pizza anything halfway. How do you feel about the memes made about you? As long as it's all in good fun, I'm happy to laugh along with all of it. Who told you it was a good idea to use your real Reddit username? It was a bad call. I need to fire my agent, except I can't because I'm my agent. What will you be going as for Halloween? I hear the sexy Ken Bone will be popular. I'm already the sexy Ken Bone, so I'm thinking bust out the old Jedi robe lightsaber combo and be Obi-Wan Kenbone. Slite. I know I look old cause I'm fat and bald and dress like it's 1954, but I'm only 34 and ineligible to run. There are over 2,000, yes 2,000 legally registered candidates. One of them must have something to offer. Get your voice out there for one of them. Slite. Gallup does a random sampling of undecided voters in the area in which the debate is held. This time it was my hometown and I was lucky enough to answer when they called. Ken Bone answered the call. How soon after the debate did you realize you were a meme? How did you find out? He sort of answered this on his Jimmy Kimmel appearance, I think. Basically said he turned on his cell phone as soon as he was allowed and had 1,000+ messages lol. This guy gets it. Would you say that you are leaning to vote one way or the other? Yes, definitely. Being undecided is not the same as being indecisive. We just have a lot to consider this election. This is a man who understands that no matter who he supports, the internet will turn on him. It's a good thing I'm not running for office. I'm just trying to get you all to vote. You don't need to have another fat guy trying to convince you who to vote for. And my sweater. What's the weirdest reaction from friends and family that you've had so far? My uncle called me today and seemed genuinely star-struck, as if we hadn't been drinking beer together the week before. You changed. I certainly haven't changed clothes. Hey Ken, who are some of your favorite musicians? Radiohead is my all-time favorite. Nobody blends genres like Tom York and the Boys. How do you feel about becoming famous overnight? Also, have any companies approached you to endorse their products? Several companies have approached me for endorsements. I have 2 rules for working with them. 1, it's a responsible company that I believe in and that I vet to the best of my ability. I will do my best not to associate with any companies that hurt the environment or their workers. 2, 10% of all money I receive must go to my local preferred homeless charity, the St. Patrick Center in St. Louis, Mo. Same rules for paid appearances. What did Bill Clinton say to you after the debate? He talked to me about the peak of the coal industry in the '20s and how it has evolved with the nation's infrastructure over the years. Then his security team reminded him that it was time to go yet again. I think his wife was waiting on him. Melania went up to him and talked to him about the peak of the coal industry in the '20s and how it has evolved with the nation's infrastructure over the years. Edit. Wow, my first gilded comment. Thanks for the layup, Ken. And thank you all for the replies and such. My day has been made. Are you looking forward to your impersonation on SNL? Between that and what South Park might turn me into, I'm pumped. I know Bobby Moynihan would crush the bit. But maybe go Leslie Jones for shock value or something. I don't know. I'll get with my writers. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Sandwiches are bread on top, bread on bottom. Hot dogs are side to side with a wraparound. Doesn't count. Ken, I go to school roughly 20 minutes from where you live. I have a birthday coming up near the end of October. Will you come party and hang with us for my birthday? Edit. October 27th. Probably the following weekend at SIUE. PLZ let me ride Mr. Bones' wild ride. Edit 2. He didn't come, but he did wish me a happy birthday. I'm gonna be swamped with election stuff, but PM me something and I'll get you a birthday greeting. Here's hoping I don't forget and look like an asshole. I love how you're using this moment for good. What does the St. Patrick Center do for the homeless, and why is this issue out of many the most important to you? St. Patrick Center provides temporary housing, job training, drug counseling, and help with mental health issues. There is a severe homelessness problem in this country. Most of us are 1 or 2 paychecks away from being homeless as well. We need to start seeing and intervening on their behalf. Are you near or farsighted? Yes. Hey Ken, huge fan. Would you consider wearing a cardigan for your next public outing? I'm sorry you're confused. Ken Bone is the cable knit sweater wearing a fat guy. Ken, both your Twitter Reddit handles end in the number 18. Does the number 18 hold any personal significance to you? On softball and hockey rec teams I wore 18 for the great 60s era St. Louis Cardinal Mike Shannon. He's been the voice of the Cardinals basically my whole life. Stan Gibson is for Stan Musial and Bob Gibson. Ken Bone, I painted you. Also, what's your favorite Halloween candy? Ken Bone painting. I love it. It's not fair to have a painting be so much more attractive than the real me. What has been the strangest thing someone tweeted at you in the wake of the debate? Too many weird, wild things to count. The most surreal was hearing back from at midnight, which I love. We love you too, Kenneth. It actually delighted me to hear you read my tweet. Thank you for doing the show, encouraging people to vote and being an all-around good dude. PS Team Mystic. Mr. Bone, we're big fans of yours over at our SW Galaxy of Heroes after seeing your tweet about the game. 2 questions. 1. Better mustache, Biggs Darklighter Orlando Calrissian. 2. Which heroes do you use in the squad arena? Biggs for pure awesomeness, Lando for longevity. Get it? I'm undecided. Phasma lead, Rey, Fives, Chewie, Lumi. Swapping Lumi out for Barriss after I can farm her, but it might be a while. I'm a little busy. Hi Mr. Bone. What sweater would win in a fight? There have been many famous sweaters worn by you, Cosby, Martha Stewart, Mr. Rogers, from the neighborhood. Whose sweater would win in a fight? Also, ugly Christmas sweaters are very popular. Might we see an awesome Mr. Bone exclusive ugly Christmas sweater this year? Cosby sweater drops roofies into Stewart's drink. Stewart sweater shivs Cosby sweater with a sharpened toothbrush as it slips into unconsciousness. Fred Rogers Og sweater game wins by staying positive and not getting involved in the fight. Just like Ken Bone. Furnit. I'm close, but I will not be announcing my decision. I want you to all make up your own minds. Don't rely on my opinion, just the positive message. Ken, you got me unmatched on Tinder today. Did Bill try to make you wingman for him after the debate? Sorry bro. Wish I could help with the ladies but I already got mine. Good luck getting yours. As a coal worker, how do you think environmental protection and energy production should be balanced? We need more clean plants like mine to be approved for construction. Older plants can't retrofit to be best in class environmentally because it would drive them out of business. That means we need newer ones manned by the displaced workers from those being retired. Is the best part of this whole ordeal the karma from this post? Fake internet points are the best compensation. Accept money. I likes money. Would you consider making love to my wife? Please? Only if you are me. What does it feel like to all of us suddenly become an internet sensation? What does it tell you about today's society and our means of communication? It's been unreal, both the good and the bad. Everybody has responded to the positive message with the exception of a few nuts. Some of the stuff makes it tough to stay positive, but I try to spin it for the good. For instance, I've had almost 250,000 new Twitter followers, and only 3 death threats. Great ratio. Seriously though, thanks to my hometown PD for making me feel safe when the creeps come out to play. Who the fuck gives Ken Bone a death threat? Mr. Bone, do you feel both Hillary and/or Trump answered your question adequately or were you dissatisfied in regards to energy? Thank you for doing this. I wanted to hear more about environmental protection from Mr. Trump, and more about jobs from Secretary Clinton. They both did all right, but all answers from politicians are pretty much canned and rehearsed. Kinda like the ones I do on the radio. What was the process in order to actually ask the candidates your question? Did you sign a form? Request using email yada yada yada. Everyone on the stage wrote their own questions. We shared them with the moderators, then the mods got to as many as possible while maintaining the flow of the debate. Have you ever thought about making a GoFundMe or Kickstarter to replace your olive suit? Somebody set one up on my behalf, but Jimmy Kimmel is buying me a new one since I did his show. I guess if GoFundMe sends me that money it'll go to the charity. You'll see me wearing it on his show next week. Who do you want to see on the Iron Throne? Ken Bone. You don't have to be 35, and you don't have to get elected. HBO presents Game of Bones.